Hello, my name is Chris, and this is my persuasive speech for my communications class. And today we're going to be talking about the power of an exampleship. Now, as we were growing up, I know we all have heard this statement, like mother, like daughter, or like father, like son. And we know that if we look at our lives, we can see a lot of us will see traits that were just like our moms or just like our fathers, and we took after them. Now, according to research done by Denise Williams, Carolyn Rogers, and some sources like America's Next Top Model or Parents, the Anti-Drug, it shows us that parents who provide a good example or live the qualities they want to see in their children will have those children who will have those qualities or also display the same kind of characteristics that are in their parents. So in fact, your exampleship is the most effective tool that you can use when it comes to parenting effectively. So today I'm going to give you some brief information about the power of a good exampleship, giving honor and receiving honor from your child, and modeling a life outside the box. Now, it's important for us to know as parents that our children will not do what we say, but they will often do what we do. So what happens when we tell our children to do a certain thing or to be a certain way, but then they see us doing something different, it discredits what we say, discredits the words that we're using for them. So if we're telling our children, hey, I don't want you to do this or do that, but then they see us doing those things, then it creates distrust in what we say, and then so they determine for themselves, do they really want to listen to us? Because to them, what we're saying is really a lot. So another thing is that you'll hear parents saying to their children is, you're going to respect me. And now it's important for us to realize that there is a difference between respect and obedience. A lot of times when parents say, I want you to respect me, they're really saying, I want you to be obedient to me. Well, obedience is simply following a command, whereas respect is actually honor given to someone in authority or someone that you look up to or someone that you highly esteem. And so when it comes to children being obedient, they're going to be obedient to us as long as the discipline is working. As long as they fear the punishment, then they're going to be obedient to us. But once they get to a certain point where whatever you're doing is not really affecting them anymore, they feel like they can live with the consequences, then really it's going to be the amount of respect that they have for us that's going to be the determining factor as to whether or not they will be obedient to what we say. If they feel like they're going to do it, they're going to do it, then they'll do it. If not, then they won't. And so also, we want to model a life of living outside the box for our child. So if I say that to my child, you can do whatever you want to do, you can be whatever you want to be, or whatever goals you may have for your household. So you want to drink more water, or you want to eat healthier. Well, it adds more power to that statement when your child sees you doing the same thing. So like for me, for example, my life follows real closely to my mother's life. I had my child at the same age that she had me, her first child. I'm a single parent, as she was a single parent, and also when it comes to her going to school, I'm now in school. In fact, all of her children are in school, but it was because she said, you guys can do whatever you want to do. If you guys have goals, you guys can go out and you can achieve it. But also not only did she say it, but we saw it in her life. Our mother just graduated from college with a master's degree. So it added even more validity when, it's one thing to say, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And then that makes us feel like we can do it. But when we actually see her doing it, then we know that we can do it, and that motivates us to do it. Now, in conclusion, in order to parent, one way that we can add to our list of tools when it comes to parenting effectively, we can provide a good example for our children. We can be what we want our children to be. We can also live a life of honor in order to gain their respect, and we can model a life of living outside the box. So in summary, today we learned about the power of being a good example. We learned the difference between respect and obedience. And we learned about modeling a life of living outside of the box. So if we're going to say what our call to action is, it is for us to live what we want our children to be what we want them to be. So if we want our children to have great character, great integrity, then we have to realize that our exampleship is one of the fundamental elements that is going to determine your child's character. So who you are and how you live as a parent is key to when it comes to who your child will be as your child grows up. Okay? Thank you, and this is the conclusion and the end of my persuasive speech. Thank you.